Tuesday, but Paul's having a case of the Mondays or something. I don't...
Monday's bleeding over. It's a week
Mondays.
of Mondays.
Monday hangover day. That's what we'll refer to Tuesday as.
Yeah. How you doing?
You know, I'm hanging in there. Paul was trying to install an update, and
Yeah, so there's a new optional Windows update for Windows 11 that fixes that default app thing in stable, right? They didn't announce this. They announced a huge list of things that are in it. They literally never mentioned the one thing everyone wants. So discovering this morning, I'm like, obviously I need to install this thing. And it sits at 5% on the download part forever.
Yep.
And then many minutes go by, and then all of a sudden it's like 83, 91, like, oh, here we go. And then it starts installing. So it's taking forever. So I said to Brad, listen, can we start a few minutes late? I got to reboot when this thing is done. And he's like, yeah, sure. And then I switched back to Windows Update, and it's like, it's sitting there with the announcement that I can click on this to download. Like, it's never done anything. And I'm like, okay. So we started. And by the way, right now, so I restarted it, obviously. I'll just reboot after this thing is done, assuming it ever finishes. And it's sitting there right now on downloading 5%. It's just sitting there. Like, because I don't know. I like, one of the few things I compliment Microsoft on these days when it comes to Windows is Windows Update. I having seen how systems like the Mac and iOS and Android update, this is a significant advance. It's way better. And now I am sitting here looking at it, wondering why I would ever say such a thing. It's terrible. So anyway, I don't know. There we go. Good morning.
Did you happen to catch the new PlayStation?
News,
not news.
Yeah, I mean, I saw they're combining things. I don't actually know the details yet. I haven't looked at it, so I literally just sat down to do this, and I've been.
So here's the. They've got like the 2004 Microsoft thing going on here.
Oh, good.
So they have PlayStation Plus Essentials is now priced at $9.99 a month, and that's.
But what is that? What?
Oh, Paul, I'll get you covered there.
Oh,
it's effectively the same thing as what PlayStation Plus is today, if any of that makes sense to you.
It's multiplayer online.
Yeah.
That's what it is, basically.
So now there's a new PlayStation Plus Extra, which is a tier that adds up. I don't understand this phrasing. Adds up to 400 PS4 or PS5 games. So not 400, but somewhere maybe 400. For $14.99 per month or 99 bones per year.
Wait. Well, what was the cheapest one? How much was that?
$10 a month. Effectively
$10
gold.
a month. Yeah, but that was, Xbox Live Gold was always historically about $50-$60.
Yeah.
And I assume what was it called before? Plus?
Yes.
Plus?
Something like that.
It was probably about the same. So that's actually more expensive.
Potentially. I'm
$120
not
a year?
as familiar with what they were priced previously.
No, but that can't be, there must be something else to it, no?
I think there are, but anyways, we'll get to the more.
That seems expensive. Okay, so $10 to $15 a month, I guess.
Yeah.
Months.
So I think the sweet spot for most people is going to be this PlayStation Plus Extra tier, which gets you just a back catalog of PS4, PS5 games for $100 a year. Then there is also the PlayStation Plus Premium that includes all the benefits of Essential and Extra, with an extra 340 games that include PS3 titles that can be streamed, and some original PS2 and PSP games. Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Stream Deck. Don't you just...
Looks like I'm not the only one having problems with Windows today.
Nothing is sacred.
I love that literally you're recording something and it doesn't know not to do this now. Like, that is... God, software is so stupid. I don't understand why software is so terrible.
The AI will save us.
Will it?
No. It'll just end us early. But anyways, that PlayStation Plus Premium title or package, whatever, $17.99 per month or 120 bones per year. Here's the.
What was? Sorry to keep interrupting. What was the annual price on the cheap one? Did they have that?
I don't have it written down right in front of me.
Because I'm thinking that's got to be close to the 60. But okay, so $120 a year gives you
basically
some big form of cloud gaming.
Yeah, big back catalog of PlayStation stuff. But here's the kicker: they're not promising day one content for anything. And they're actually, I think Jim Ryan came out and said like he believes that's actually not good for the industry, or at least not good for Sony. And so It's
Why would
not
they
really.
announce this now if it wasn't ready to go?
Well, if that's the other thing. It's like this is coming to Asia in
Yeah.
like 3 months, and then North America at a later
Oh, so,
unspecified.
so for the holidays. So I would assume by the time it launches here or in the West or whatever you want to call it, that there'll be content. I guess.
Well, I mean, you just get that big back
I-
catalog, and then
Yeah.
like it's good for people like myself. I don't have a PlayStation. If I went and bought a PS5 and I wanted to just play a whole bunch of content, probably a pretty good way to get into it. But if you're looking at it in terms of
Yes, dude.
Xbox Game Pass, it's not.
It's not quite there.
No.
Is there a cross-platform element to the cloud stuff? Is there
I
any
don't think
reason for someone with a PC or a mobile device to?
No, I was trying to look. I don't think so. PlayStation.
Okay. I don't
Okay.
know enough about the PlayStation stuff to know. I don't remember anymore. I know there was PS Now, PS Plus.
Mhm.
I guess that's what they had. And then was it all? Did they ever have a game streaming element to this? I feel
Okay,
like
so
they must have.
here's the benefits to the Plus Essentials, which is the cheap one. You get 2 monthly downloadable games. It discounts cloud storage for save games, online multiplayers. It is 9 bones a month, or 10 bones a month, or 60 bones a year.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so
Same as gold.
the two downloads a month is equivalent to the game game with gold thing that Microsoft does. So that's 4 games.
Yep.
Okay, so that does make sense. So that probably hasn't changed at all. That's probably what that always was.
Yep.
The middle tier that adds the back catalog, that's downloadable games.
Yes, for
Thing, right?
PS4 and PS5 games. Yep.
Yeah. So that was probably the equivalent of PS Now, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I believe it's effectively that's effectively combining PS Now and the Plus. They're two older services.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
And then, you know, yeah, so the Xbox Cloud Gaming, but for the console only is what it sounds like. And although I'll have to
Yeah.
look at this to make sure of that it seems like over time what they're going to want to do is open that up to
Maybe.
non-PlayStation players.
The thing I pulled out of this too was that I believe it's only PS3 games. Maybe some of the other games will be streamed too, but PS3 games have to be streamed, which really just kind of shows you what a dumpster fire that cell processor was, and just keeps on biting them.
Well, or just how incompatible those things are. I mean,
Yeah.
that's something, it's impressive how Microsoft made this transition from like Intel to PowerPC and then essentially to x86. I think it was just AMD with starting with Xbox One, right? And now to AMD again, right? But they're, I guess the newer processors are powerful enough they can emulate PowerPC well enough or something. I don't. It's okay. Streaming access to 2 generation old games is not a big ask. I mean, I think that's fine. I think it's fine.
So, but I think to your point, the lack of cross play, whatever you want to call it, mobile, it's very clear that Microsoft is effectively taking the Amazon approach, right? They're using Azure to leverage Game Pass to offer it at a lower value, the same way that Amazon uses AWS to just destroy the retail industry.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Let me follow the logic on that one. What?
Amazon, like where I just bought light bulbs for my wife's car this morning, is not
Yeah.
sustainable on its own. It loses money. The retail
yes.
aspect.
Yes. Okay.
AWS props that up.
It is the Toys R Us approach. You undersell diapers to get mothers with little kids in the store, and then they walk by toys and have to buy something.
Except that they undersell everything. And like it's just
Oh no, yeah, I know. Amazon is the cancer of the retail world. I think
Yeah.
we all understand that.
I wouldn't say Game Pass is the cancer of the game industry, but the fact that they use margins from other parts of the business, because there's
That's a classic business strategy.
Yeah.
You leverage the successful business
the
to gain
milk.
inroads into it. It's the yes. Okay. So I mean, Sony, like I don't know, Nintendo has a rich back catalog of games that people like. So there's an audience for this. But again, I think I don't know. I never understood why Nintendo didn't get into mobile. Really, I mean, they made a couple little games that were just unique to mobile, but they have this awesome catalog of games that I think people like me who were very young when these things were new and played them and liked them and would want to experience them again. I don't understand why they don't make those things available on PC, Mac, mobile now, whatever. Just like you get those classic Atari, discs that have all the old arcade games, the old 2600 games, whatever. And I feel like Sony should be doing the same thing. I mean, Sony does they are releasing newer games on PC now.
Mm-hmm.
And their previous, I think it must have been PS Now. There was the PC was the only other thing that worked over time. Like in the beginning, it was whatever Xbox, PlayStation consoles, and then eventually it kind of switches to the latest one. But PC was part of that. It is part of that, or I guess was part of that. So I'm curious. You get a controller,
Mm-hmm.
play the game, stream the games. Like, why not?
Because
you're leaving money on the table.
I don't know if Nintendo is, because I feel like they've probably sold me the same version of Mario multiple times, and that's how they're winning. Like, look, Brad's going to buy N64 Mario again.
Yeah, but I guess I know there's some math that goes on. Like, they kind of figure out what makes more sense for the business, right? People buy Nintendo hardware, and then they gain access to these games, and that's fine. But I think there's a much bigger market out there for making those older games especially available everywhere, mobile, whatever. And then you don't have to buy the hardware, but you're just reselling something that was paid for 1 million years ago. Like, why wouldn't they it doesn't dilute the brand. It makes people happy.
Yeah, but Paul, I'd love to sell you the same piece of paper 5 times.
No, I
That's
know,
what they're doing.
But one of those times could be on PC.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's why they don't have a Disneyland in Connecticut. I don't know.
Disneyland in Connecticut. Come get your chowder.
It makes as much sense as what you said. I don't.
Just can you imagine Mickey Mouse just like slinging lobsters?
Why is Mickey wearing a winter coat?
Anyways, HP bought Poly. What did they used to be called? Polycom? Something.
Oh, that could be. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think way back in the day, maker of headsets and other
medium
peripherals. Not a very whatever. It's a good fit, I guess.
Sure. I can't wait to see that brand all over everything HP makes. It'll be nice. There's enough
well, at
room
least
on
they
their
can put
laptop for another brand.
A new sticker on their laptops.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
certified
mean.
for Poly.
Yeah, it's bad enough. We have all the like the speaker maker, the Dolby stuff, the Intel stuff.
Poly Pocket coming soon, probably from back in the day. I don't know. That's it. There's your PlayStation Now, your Paul Thurrott, and me. And
sorry. Oh, look, my install's done.
Yay!